Alright, this might be a hot take, but dude, tier lists are just trash, dog. Like, honestly, tier lists are so bad. They're so bad for the game, because then you're gonna get people who are gonna pull someone like, Ningguang, and they're gonna be like, oh, she's C tier, she's trash, and not level her up. Or, even though they need a Geo character, they refuse to because she's C tier, or something like that, right? But, so, I have two tier lists pulled up here. We're going to go over them, and we're going to discuss about why some characters are in the places where they should not be, and it's just ridiculousness, okay? So, here we have a tier list from Game8.co, and this is their Genshin Impact tier list, okay? So, they had a vote here. Which character do you think is the best in the game? And Keqing was voted number 1. I could see why Keqing would be voted number 1. For me, number 1 is Venti. Like, without a doubt, he's my number 1. He's my number 1 pick. He's, like, in terms of exploration, he's the best. In terms of, in Spiral Abyss, if you're not fighting against bosses and, if you're able to CC the enemies, his ult is, like, the best in the game. Because it just combos with everything. Like, you literally could have Venti, and then these three right here, and you would kill in Spiral Abyss. The lowest rated character. You could literally probably bring Venti and Amber and just combo the ult, and you'll kill. Because that's just how his ult works, right? What I'm trying to say is, I personally think Venti is the best. Keqing was voted number 1. I could see that. I could see these three right here, I think, are easily the top 3 units in the game. Keqing, Diluc, Venti are easily top 3. But they're, like, I'm pretty sure any unit in the game can be seen as a top contender, depending on how you build them, right? Half of these tier list summaries are talking about how, they're at Constellation 0 and stuff. But once you get them, once you get every character to Constellation 6, they're all busted. Obviously, that would make sense if they're all still trash when they're Constellation 6, correct? But, so most of the top tier, SS ranks or S ranks, I agree with most of these, okay? Where I get my problems, though, is when people underrate the hell out of characters, okay? So, use until others are unlocked. So, you're telling me, if I have Badu, okay, and then I pull Noelle, they want me to use this one, because this says use until others are unlocked. Or you want another lightning character. So, who is the next lightning character? Razor, okay? So, if you have either Razor or Badu as a DPS, honestly, I think I would probably take Razor, just because of his insane amount of just raw DPS output. But if you are good mechanically, and you are skilled mechanically, she's like the best unit in the game. Why is she C tier? Why? Why is she C tier? Dude, you're telling me she's worse than Geo Traveler, Lisa? Oh my god, dude. You're telling me she's worse than Amber? She's on the same bad level as Amber? Dude. Oh my. Dude, Amber isn't even that bad. Her ult is good. If you combo it with her E, her ult is good. There's, I don't see... people just don't know how to use these characters. And it shows. It shows people don't know how to use these characters. Okay. That wasn't even... She's... Oh my god. So they moved her up to B tier from attacking tier list, okay? This makes so much more sense. What? Why is Chi-Chi in A tier, but Noelle, Badu are in B when they are DPS, and she is a... Okay, well, this is getting interesting. Alright. Now, here is where there's some problems, okay? So, you scroll down, and you have the exploration tier list. Now, this is easily one of the main reasons why I'm severely upset with this tier list. She has a water ability that allows you to swim, 20% damage reduction, or 20% reduction from water when you're swimming in it, right? That's really good. That is like an minimum A tier ability. Minimum A tier ability. Dude, tier lists are just bad, man. I don't understand why they underrate some units so much. Like Kaya, like these these four are so underrated. Sucrose underrated as well, I'd say. Sucrose could be like A tier, I think. She's just, if you don't have Venti, she's really good. If you have like a Max Constellation Sucrose or Venti, I mean, Venti might be the best unit in the game just because he's good, like he's like top tier everywhere. Spiral Abyss, top tier exploration, he's the best unit in the game for exploration. I mean, I could see, honestly, I could see why you'd put her in B tier maybe, but I would put her up here. I'd put her right here, A tier. Or I'd put her probably high A, something like that. Because honestly, that is so ridiculous. She's a mini Venti, basically. And, you know, the chances of you pulling a Venti are severely low, especially if you play the game after you started from, you know, if you started a month later from when the game came. Like, if you started playing this game, like, a month after the game came out, you're not going to have Venti. He's a limited unit. You're not going to have Klee either. Well, you might, because Klee's banner's still up. But you're not going to have Venti. Venti's banner's gone. He's not coming back for some time. I don't think he'll be back for maybe another few months. Because, I mean, we have, what? The next banner is in how long? This started on the 20th, and it lasts for like 20 days. So, I mean, I think the next banner should be, I'd say the 10th, the 10th, 11th, and 12th. These 3 days right here, this should be the next banner. Because the banner goes away. Hold on, let me pull it up in game. Also to talk about this banner is good, especially because Klee is just a damage god. Yeah, it's the 10th, 14 days, 1 hour. So literally on November 10th, we're gonna have the next banner, which everyone is thinking it's Zhao. I think everyone thinks Zhao is coming. Xingqiu is good for water elemental reactions. If you have him paired up with a lightning unit, oh, he slays. Like, he's really good. His cooldowns are a little long, but he's really good. Noelle, if you build her properly, she's the best unit in the game. If you have like 2k defense on her, she hits like a truck. Her ult is ridiculous. Her healing is ridiculous. She's like a jack of all trades. If you have her maxed out, she's a jack of all trades. There's 2 units in the game that I consider jack of all trades. The 2 jack of all trades are Noelle, right here, and Bennett. They both heal. She heals on her E. He heals on his ult. I think if you're 70% HP or below, he will heal you like 1600 a second. Ridiculous. It's like quadruple the speed of Chi-Chi's E. But obviously it's an ult. But he regenerates his ult so fast. I mean, Bennett is... I think Bennett... I'm glad he's in A tier on this list. I know on the other tier list, I think this tier list is better. The Genshin.gg, I think, is way better. It's a way better tier list. But they still had the problems with Badu being in C tier, which I just don't agree with at all. But I think them rating Bennett in A tier, I think, is perfectly suitable for him. He's a complete jack of all trades. He can do DPS. He's a mini Diluc, and his E ability is just a mini version of Diluc's E ability. It's not as good, it's not as damaging, but it can be. It can be. It can do he could put up numbers. He's not a claymore user. He is a sword user. So if you have something like, you know, let me check in game. Like the Lion's Roar here, I have the Lion's Roar equipped on my Bennett. If you have this, like, it gives attack percentage, so it's gonna make him hit harder. It's gonna make his E ability hit harder, and then he's gonna increase damage against enemies affected by Pyro or Electro. And if you have this guy Bennett comboed with Fischl, or you know maybe you have him as a side DPS to a Razor or something, or a Kaching, dude, he carries. Like, he hard carries with Super Conduct. And then if you want him to do some damage, because maybe you're really your Kaching or your Razor is really low on HP, you could switch this guy. As long as they're affected by Pyro, he's going to be doing 20% more damage. This gives percentage attack as a stat. The base attack is really good too. So, I mean, like, what I'm trying to say basically here is any unit on this tier list, they can, like, you could make a case for almost all these units in the game to at least be minimum S tier. Not double S, but you could make a case for almost any unit in this game to be S tier. You could put, dude, honestly, you could make a case for Amber to be S tier. You could make a case for Geo Traveler to be S tier. You could make a case for Kaya to be S tier, depending on what you're doing and how optimized the unit is. And this is why tier lists are trash. I want people to not think, I want people not to type in Genshin.gg/tier list, come on here and see Badu in C tier, or Niguan, or Noelle, or Sucrose, or Kaya even, and be like, oh, they're trash. I hate my life. I pulled terrible units. No! Badu should be up here! Or here! Badu is not C tier. Badu is the most underrated unit in the game. Are you kidding me? If you are good mechanically, if you can counter perfect timing, if you get the timing down, she literally can like one-shot a Ruin Guard almost. It's ridiculous. Badu, if optimized, there's plenty of videos out there. If you don't believe me, literally type in Badu insane damage on YouTube, Genshin Impact Badu, or Max Constellation, or something, and you'll be seeing her doing just crazy amounts of damage that this not even Dilute can touch. Maybe with his ult, countered with Mona's ult, comboed with Bennett, but that's like, you do that like once every 2 minutes. You can get that combo off, maybe once every minute. But Badu's counter is like 5-second cooldown or something. Or 6, I think. Something like that. Let me check. 7.5 seconds. Right here. She has a 7.5 second cooldown on this. It's crazy. And even if you don't use it for a counter, you could just use it to hold a shield up for herself, and it'll give her shield damage absorption of 14% of her max HP plus 1386 on top of that as a flat stat boost. Like, honestly, Badu is just crazy underrated. Her level 70 is also crazy. Where is it at? Right here. Her Ascension 4. When she uses her counter ability, for 10 seconds after using her counter ability, with its maximum damage bonus, she gets damage dealt by normal and charge attacks, just straight up 15%. Just 15% damage by normal and charge attacks. Just 15% normal damage. And then her attack speed of her normal and charge attacks is increased also by 15%. So if you counter a flower and you do about a fourth of its health from a max counter, and then you hold left click or hold your screen or hold, I don't know what button is on the controller, maybe R2 or RT on Xbox, she has greatly reduced delay before unleashing charge attacks. Now, it doesn't tell you how reduced it is, but I've seen people use it after, and it's like it's almost like a second or like under a second for her to start swinging her sword. But then you have 15% attack speed on top of that, and then 15% more damage. So it's like you're swinging a normal attack, but it's coming at like 3 times the speed. If you get that off, and then what's even crazier is her ult. It gives her like, it's like having a official bird out as an ult that just every time you hit someone, they get lightning discharges on them, dealing electro damage. And then what's even crazier is you can just go full ballistic because she has 20% damage reduction when she uses the ult. So she just doesn't take damage, unless of course you're under-leveled, but she still reduces damage by 20%. So if you have if you're taking 1,000 damage, she's only going to take 800. I don't have this sword, this prototype Aminus. If you get this Claymore prototypes that you're able to submit to the blacksmith and craft them with crystals and stuff, please, for the love of God, grab this. Unless you want to build Noelle, I think they have her best thing as the white blind, because it increases her defense on attack for 6 seconds. It stacks 4 times, so at max you're getting you're getting 48% attack and defense after hitting someone 4 times. So you're getting 40% defense extra on top of that. And then the sword itself, I have it here, the white blind, it gives defense as well. Right here, 33% at level 50. It gives 33% extra defense. So if you have the white blind, which you probably should, depending on how, the more you play the game, the more you're going to get these prototype things, especially from the weekly bosses, that you'll be able to submit to the blacksmith and craft these weapons. But if you, this weapon is great for Noelle. And if you have the white blind fully maxed out, and then you have her with just straight defense artifacts, like I was saying before, like this, then you could make the case that Noelle could be like here, or here, even. I mean, what I'm trying to say, I don't want to be too harsh, because this is good if you want to look and see how out of all these units are great, and which ones are all around good. because this is based on just being all around units. All around units are like rated higher. So what I want to make from this video is all units here can be good. Every unit in the game can be good at something. Units are underrated. Please don't look at a C tier unit and go, they're bad because, you know, the tier list says so. It's not true. Tier lists are trash! Thanks everyone for watching. I will see you guys in the next one. Peace out. Have a good day.